The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are that of the hosts and guests respectively and do not represent the views or standpoints of any associated companies or organisations. This podcast is to create awareness of different health topics and not intended to replace professional medical advice.
We are not medical experts of any of the topics discussed in the health room and advise you seek professional advice from your healthcare providers. Hi, I'm Fiona.
Hi, I'm Lamide.
And welcome to the health room.
Yay! Happy to be back again.
I know, right? I know.
Woo!
How you feeling?
In general,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm actually feeling good. I'm feeling good. It's been a busy couple of weeks, but I'm looking forward to like this weekend of just sitting at home and watching my TV shows.
Yeah.
And that's it. But it's been busy. It's been busy. How have you been?
You know me, busy, always. But it hasn't actually been as crazy as usual.
Okay.
I feel like I've had some rest in between, so it's not too bad.
That's good.
Not too bad.
And you have your holiday coming up. Your cute family holiday. I'm so excited for you.
I just want to sit on, just sit. No one should disturb me.
I
Just
know.
sit. I just want to be somewhere, cocktail in my hand, just glancing over, make sure everyone's safe. Okay.
That's the life. That's the life you deserve. That is a life you deserve. That's the life everyone deserves. I need that. I need that. So your baby girl's going to enjoy that. I'm super excited to see the pictures.
Ooh, she's already, Mummy, I want this. Mummy, I want that for the holiday. Mummy, I did her hair in braids. She's like, Mummy, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it. And I was
She's
like,
so cute.
okay. Like, she's really telling us what
How
she's
she's
doing on the
gonna
holiday. Yeah,
run.
like she has planned her.
I love that. As she should.
vacation.
It's for
Yeah,
her.
it's true.
For her.
It's true.
But no, I'm happy for you. Aw, it's good. So guys, now it's time for What's in the News, where Fiona and I just discuss some health topics or things we've seen in the news, and we just lightly discuss and give our opinion. So Fiona, what's been in the news for you?
Amazing. Thanks, Lavide. So one story that I came across was the translation tech. So in Northern Ireland, they're currently piloting translation tech devices. So essentially what these devices are going to do is translate people's languages into English, or the English into people's respective languages in order for them to understand what the receptionist or the GP or the doctor is telling them.
I like that.
I really do like this. I feel like if it can work properly, it will be a game changer, because I think that's something that is very important. It's a key barrier. Like, I think it's a barrier to health, to accessing health. It's a barrier to improving your health. It's just a barrier. That language barrier is a big thing. So I think having something that will now try and break down that wall, that'll be amazing. However, and there always is an however,
Yeah.
I feel like with different languages, there's always different nuances and the way someone can say something.
That part.
Yeah. So, for example, I remember some years ago, I went to Turkey, and the cook didn't understand English. And me and my husband were trying to tell the cook, oh, can you make our eggs well done?
Yeah.
The cook was just looking at us like, We were like, well done, please. And he was just like, what's going on? So then my husband now pull it on the translator and then handed it to the cook, like, eggs well done. And the I remember the cook did.
Okay, so he got it. Well,
No, what he understood from it, because then some other lady came and explained what we had written, like what the translation had said. And what he understood was, can you cook my eggs? Well done. Like, well done. You're doing good. Well done.
Wow.
Instead of well done.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, I think that if it can work properly,
I agree with
it
you.
will be a game changer.
No.
Because that's a key. Language and cultural barriers are key to access of healthcare
I agree with
initiatives, period. So if we can defeat that wall, break down that wall, defeat that barrier, it'll be great.
No, I actually agree with you.
If only it works properly.
I'm optimistic because I always am.
I'm trying to be the
Trying
other
to
day,
be,
but
but if they get like translators from the countries they're looking to, the different languages from,
yeah,
then it will slap.
exactly.
Because you're right, there is nuances in like how we speak, and even like when I was younger, and my mum, she can speak English fine, but it's not the best English. I would be her translator, and I get what she's saying, and I would just be like to the doctor, "This is what she's trying to say," or to the
Yeah.
doctor, or to the nurse, receptionist. So there's certain things she would say that if it was translated verbatim or whatever, it would mean something else.
Exactly.
It depends on the context.
Exactly.
So as long as they've got like various amounts of translators and they get all the nuances and the tones, because there's different tones and how you say certain things, then I think it'd be perfect. And there we go. It'd be magical. I love that.
Yeah, so they're trialing it now in Ireland.
Okay.
I think in the emergency department as of right now. But fingers crossed, it works perfectly, and then it can be scaled to the wider UK. So yeah,
I love
that's
that.
my good news story.
That is actually a really good news story. That's fingers and toes crossed for that news story. For that news, because I think it'll be amazing.
that'd be really good.
It'll be
It really would be
sick.
Okay.
Oh, what a time.
What story have you got this week?
Okay, so my story is actually an interview between the Guardian. Hold on. It's hold on.
No, I'm thinking, wait, what story is this? Because
I told you about the one about sunlight and stuff, winter.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
that's
It's
fine.
actually a story. You were like, what is this crap? It's in the news. It's in the Guardian. But no, it's between a psychologist
Okay.
called Carrie Lebowitz. I'm looking at my notes because I want to get all the details. And the Guardian, and she basically has been researching for the past 10 years how our mindset and attitude to winter affects our mood and behavior. So off the bat, when it comes to winter, I'm not a fan of winter. I'm like, as soon as the summer's gone, I'm like, okay, home, I'm not going outside.
Yeah.
Don't call me. It's dark. It's cold. If I could hibernate until March, I would.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I don't like the cold. Everyone knows when summer's gone and it gets colder, I'm inside watching TV. So that's me personally. And yeah, I'm not the happiest, but it's okay. You know,
Well, you're not the happiest in winter.
in winter. I'm
Really?
dark and sad. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't like to go out. I like to just stay home. And I say that, but the past couple of weeks I've been outside like a fox. But
Lamide, you've been outside.
I know, like I'm ashamed of myself because I'm like
ashamed?
because I like to be inside. I'm outside all the time.
No, every time like Lamide, we need to kind of do this. Lamide, we have this. Lamide's like, listen, I'm outside. Me and the man, them are outside. I'm like,
I know it's something.
Lamide's like, I got this event. I'm outside. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, something's changed this year, but last year I was inside. But anyway, so she's done some research. So she actually moved from Atlanta to a place called Tromsø in Norway. I hope I'm saying it right.
Okay.
And it's basically a place in Norway, quite north up, like when you look at the globe. And they get basically these times that are called polar nights or polar night. It's a period of time where they barely get any sun.
Yeah.
So you've heard about it, right?
I went to Iceland once, and yeah, I done the
It
whole.
must have been so beautiful.
Oh, it was. We did the Northern Lights, everything. But sorry, I went to Iceland, and that happened. So we had
Okay.
like barely any.
How did you guys survive? Were you guys okay? Like, I can't do that.
Yeah, it was a lot. But like they were like, oh, we'll come to pick you up at 7. It was pitch black.
That's crazy.
Pitch black. We're like,
So how did you sleep and wake up? Was it okay?
but it was fine. Like I feel like maybe because we had activities.
So you had stuff to do,
and
exactly.
we were only there for 3 days. So
Okay,
we
it's
had,
not a long
like,
time.
Yeah, we had
Fair.
activities, so.
Fair. However, so this lady actually found that area in Norway, they had the lowest rates of what we call seasonal affective disorder, which is essentially where, like, you know, when you're a bit more sad or you're a bit more depressed because there's barely any sunlight. But she was like, you would think that they would have the highest rates of that kind of disorder, but they actually don't. And that's because of their mindset. So they actually like winter. They look forward to it. They're very positive about it. And she found that those that have a good mindset towards winter definitely feel the happiest. Okay. And I was like, okay, so for someone like myself who has a bad mindset, I should probably change.
I don't think you have a bad mindset.
I just don't look forward to it. I'm just like, when it's summer.
What about Christmas?
I like Christmas.
You don't. Okay, I was gonna say you don't
the
like
food
Christmas.
and the vibes. And I love New Year's Eve.
That's it.
That's the fun bit. But after that, I'm like, it's cold. It's dark.
really?
Like, you know, when you wake up, it's dark. You leave the house, it's dark. You come home from work, it's like, come on, I need to give me something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That causes depression.
Exactly. So she found that basically your mindset is what's key to making you feel better during the winter.
Yeah.
She goes, instead of us like thinking about winter as gloomy, depressing, she goes, flip it on its head. Think of it as an opportunity to reset, to relax. Yes, you hate TFL because it's always running late, but try to find the positive. And I was like, I can't flip TFL being crap in the winter to a positive. I can't think of.
Okay, I will stop you there. I don't think TFL is crap in the winter. I think it's just that we are cold and depressed and the trains are coming late.
But to me,
I feel like the TFL still do their thing, but it's just like, oh, I'm waiting for this train.
it's cold.
I'm shivering
And you know
on
what
the
it is?
platform.
It's cold, and then you get on it, and then you go hot.
Yeah.
And then it's that battle of I'm cold,
Yeah.
and I'm sweating, and now sorry. Anyway, but her story was quite good. I actually really enjoyed it because I actually think I can take it into consideration. So being optimistic about winter, putting plans in place. She goes cooking, having movie night. And I was like, that's actually a good point. I could do that. Those are things you can do.
Yeah.
So I thought that's quite interesting because everyone knows I don't like winter, but that's my news story, and I just hope that maybe we can all be more positive about winter.
Yay.
I will try. Yes.
Minus the negative spin that you've.
I know. I'm like, I would try, but I'm just like,
these were a bit more happier stories.
I
as
agree.
opposed to last
I agree.
episode. So I'm happy with these.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh.
And some learnings and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Super
I like
excited.
those.
Yay.
I think that takes us nicely into our topic at hand.
Yes.
So this episode we'll be talking about burnout.
Yes.
So according to WHO, because we love a WHO quote here, burnout is recognized as an occupational phenomenon. While it's not a medical or mental health condition, it has been classified as a syndrome, meaning a collection of symptoms or signs associated with a specific health-related cause. Oh, burnout.
Child. Burnout.
So burnout, I know some of the symptoms include things like fatigue, disorganization, insomnia, stress. There's just a whole range of different symptoms. Have you seen anything?
I listened to a bit of podcast before, and it mentioned like feeling like you're unable to rest.
Yeah.
You can't just settle down.
Yeah.
Like your body won't just allow you to rest. Tired, exhaustion. To be fair, everything you said.
Yeah.
It's fine. You got this.
I was doing some research and I saw a definition from, I believe, ONS, or I believe it was ONS, and it was just saying that in terms of times in which burnout tends to occur, it's normally towards the end of the year, and they have it as the month as of November as the highest rates of burnout, because by that time, by November, we've got shorter days.
Yes.
Because the time, the clock goes backwards, it's dark outside, so shorter days, not much sunlight. Everyone's trying to beat that year-end rush. We've got people have that looming ideology towards Christmas and the holidays that are coming. They're like, what if they don't have family around them? So they're trying to just do everything they can to try and keep busy, and sometimes that can lead to burnout. Burnout is not fun.
It's not fun.
It's not fun
It's
at
not
all.
fun at all. I don't know if I've experienced burnout to that. Would I call it burnout? I'm not too sure, but I have had these symptoms when it's come to work, many, many years ago.
Yeah.
Many years ago, where I've been okay, the weekend was not enough for me to rest.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was sufficient.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yes, I would love a longer weekend, but 2 days usually is enough time to recover. And it just wasn't. And I had this looming fear of Monday.
Oh.
And it was just I think it was a bit of anxiety as well, if I'm being honest with you. To be fair, that job, I quit when I'll tell you, I literally woke up one day, saw the sight of my uniform, and I just burst into tears.
Oh.
I was like, whoa, what? It just, I was like, okay, something's not right here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to Google it. I was like, what is this? 'Cause I was like, this isn't me.
Yeah.
And it was anxiety. And I was like, oh, okay. And shortly after I quit, because I was like, I never want to be in that position again or ever in life where I feel this way about Monday. I actually want to love my job. Everyone knows that I take what I do as a career very seriously. I really want to have it all. I believe you can.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was terrible, but I definitely think that was anxiety and burnout. Sorry, is it burnout? Burnout, in a complicated, convoluted combination. So burnout is not nice. I don't wish it for anybody. And you're right, November is the time of that, because everyone's just working. We've had our summer break. We've had our bank holidays. We're just on this long stretch of work up until the end of the year, Christmas, and then buying presents, family gatherings, everything just comes together. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But that's my experience. But like, what would you say? Have you ever experienced burnout, like, yourself?
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh, yeah.
girl, speak on it.
Once, and I have vowed to never let myself get there again. Like, mine was bad. Even when I think about it, I'm like, ooh, it was bad. So mine happened in 2022. 2022, it was just a stressful year. There was a lot going on. There was just a lot going on, period. And then we reached the end of the year. Funny enough, November.
There we go.
It actually was November. And at this point, I had just been overworked. There were like projects at that previous workplace, projects at work that normally a team should be on, but I'm managing just kind of by myself.
That's a lot for one person.
And it's like, whew. And you know when like those pieces of work where you're trying to get input and no one's providing the input. And unfortunately, I always say in public health, I was always like one of the youngest, because bear in mind, public health is essentially a new discipline. So although it's been around for years, it's a new like subject. Yeah. So you've had people that are like doctors, physicians, like big people, nurses, and now they're coming into public health. So it's like I'm always the junior. So unfortunately, sometimes in the workplace as well, when I was working there, it was very much like, I'm not being heard, I'm not being listened, I'm the junior. So it's like, okay, whatever.
That's not fair.
Yeah. So then you're working hard. And I think it has a lot to do with me. So at that time, I was a people pleaser. I was really like, okay, don't worry, I can do that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can do that. And again, back then as well, I wasn't someone that really asked for help. So November came and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. And then I think something came up and I was just like, I can't. And it was like, I think they had like a strict deadline to it. And I was trying to ask people, please, like, let's collab, let's do this work together. And everyone's ignoring me, again, junior. So I'm like, I can't. So I feel like there was a day now when I could just feel that my body was breaking down. Like I just couldn't handle the work anymore. Like I was like physically breaking down. I broke out into like a nasty rash. I don't get rashes. I'm not that sensitive girl. Like I don't get rashes or anything like that. I broke out into the nastiest rash. I didn't really have appetite. When I'm sleeping, the sleep isn't fulfilling me. Don't get me wrong. I haven't really slept like
I
properly.
know you don't sleep for a long time. I know you don't sleep, child. I know you don't sleep.
I haven't really slept a fulfilling
You were up
sleep.
early. I'm like, girl, you stop sleeping.
Since I've become a mum, I have not slept a fulfilling sleep because there's so much to do. But it was worse during that period. And I was just thinking, Fiona, what's going on? But I think for me, where I knew that, yeah, this is bad, I remember, I don't know why I remember the date of this, but it was, I think, Thursday, 8th December, 2022. I had tickets to go see Mo Gilligan. I love Mo Gilligan.
He's hilarious.
I think I bought these tickets early in the year and I was so excited. So, and it was Mo Gilligan and friends. So, Lamide, we had big names in comedy. You had Mo Gilligan. I think Eddie Caddy was the host. You had Angie Lamar, Axel, Richard Blackwood. If I'm not mistaken, I think Babatunde was there. Like the big names.
The big guys, yeah.
In like UK comedy. So, Lamide, me that likes to laugh, I'm thinking, I'm going there to
That's your relaxation time. That's your...
Yeah. Lamide got there and they're telling jokes. I'm frozen.
Bruh.
I'm like frozen. There was no joy in my soul.
You couldn't laugh.
I physically couldn't laugh. And Lamide, I laugh about everything.
I was gonna say we laugh like every little thing.
We laugh at everything. I laugh at everything.
I can't imagine that for you. I just can't.
Lamide, I was numb.
Bruh.
And I'm watching them. Everyone around me, like, this is
cackling.
bear in mind, this is Big O2.
Yeah, I remember that show.
Everyone is like, ha ha ha, and I'm just there like, oh, like what's going on? So then I'm just like, it wasn't fun. Like the only way I can explain it. Have you ever watched Harry Potter?
Yeah, what's Harry Potter? Yeah, well, one of them or two.
Which Harry Potter have you seen?
The
Lamide?
one where they play chess.
Huh?
And the one with the big dogs.
Philosopher's Stone.
I think so. The one with
Which
the
one's the big dog?
big black dogs.
I think Philosopher's Stone. That's the...
Probably.
Oh, Lamide.
Oh, let me watch it, man. So,
What the wish
I'm,
say? Okay, fair
I'm too
enough.
old to watch it now.
No, you're not. Anyway, so Harry Potter. So in number 3,
Okay.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Because there's like 10.
There's not. There is 7
Okay,
Harry
anyway.
Potters, but then 8 movies.
Okay, cool.
Let me call J.K. Rowling to put you on her ban list.
Please.
So what do you call it? So in the 3rd Harry Potter movie, there's this these entities called Dementors. So essentially, what the Dementor does, they're kind of like black ghosts.
Okay.
They're like these figures, and essentially, what they do is that they kind of take all happiness away from you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Wow.
Lamide, I felt as if something has just taken happiness from me. I can't explain it.
That's crazy.
And something like that's never happened to me before in life. I felt like just joy had left my life.
There's nothing for you to
Nothing
even
for me
give
to
in that
even
sense.
giggle about.
Wow.
Like, I've never felt like that in life. So that was the Thursday. The Friday now, I'm now coming to start work. Lamide, I just look, as you just said with your uniform, I looked at my laptop. I'm like, okay, Lamide, I start hyperventilating like...
Was that not a panic attack?
Next thing I know, Lamide, my head is like... And I'm like, Fiona, you're gonna fall.
Wow.
Now me, I'm a curvaceous babe.
Of course.
A heavy set babe. I was like, if I fall down, I'm gonna hurt myself.
You can't fall.
Let me try and like
manage.
Yeah, let me try and get down before I fall. Because I knew I was gonna fall. Lamide, boom. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor.
Wow.
And it's a weird feeling because it was like, have I passed out? What's going on with... I was so scared in that moment, but I'm still. So my husband's now come in. He's like panicked a little bit, but then he's trying to keep it cool because our daughter was there. But she's just thinking, oh, mommy's playing a game.
Mommy's fell, yeah.
She doesn't know anything. So then I can hear him on the phone calling my mum and dad. And I can hear him.
Yeah.
I can't move.
So you physically cannot move.
I'm on the floor like this. I can hear him like, mummy, daddy, and I can't move. Eventually, I don't know what happened, but eventually I got some type of like movement. I got some type of energy to now get up. We get up, we go to the local A&E. We go there now. That was a mess.
Oh God.
A mess. I don't even know how to explain it. To me, honestly, I thought I'd had a mental breakdown. That's what I thought. I kept saying, I'm having a mental breakdown. I don't know how to, I can't even explain it. Like, it was a horrible time.
It sounds scary.
It was a horrible time. Like, even when the women were talking to me, they were asking me all these questions. I was just like, can you just stop asking me questions? Like, help me.
Help me out.
Like,
Get me out of this.
But then to them, they've seen this many times.
So many times.
So they know what to do.
Exactly.
And they knew exactly what it was. And when they were asking me all these questions, they then deduced that, okay, it's burnout. And I'm like, but what's that? Because in my mind, I'm having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
That's all I attributed it to. So I'm like, I just didn't know what was going on. And this is the bit that made me laugh. Because you know when in the moment you're like, you're not thinking of anything. When you now step away from the moment, I think to myself like, Fiona, what were you wearing in this hospital? Like, Lamide, like,
What are you wearing?
You know me. I keep a fresh
keep a nail-
set.
for
My nails
sure.
are my nails
I
and my
know.
hair. As for
Are
that,
always laid. I know.
Lamide, one nail was chipped, one was broken, removed. What? And I remember saying to the nurses like, I don't know what's going on. I'm in tears, crying. I don't know what's going on with me. I've just fainted. I don't know. Look at my nails.
No, but it's true though.
Oh, and what I was wearing as well, I had a headscarf. I said, I had like an overcoat. It wasn't even fitting properly. I think I was even wearing pajamas and then some beat down train. Oh, Lamide, I look a mess.
There we go.
And I was just thinking, what? I just didn't even care
Yeah.
about my appearance in that moment. So then they were like, you know what? you need to rest. That's what the long and short of it is. You need to rest. And when I thought of it, I was thinking, because I thought it's a mental breakdown. So as she was saying rest, I was like, Fiona, you know what you do? Because so let's say that happened December. Since about February, there wasn't a weekend where I wasn't with my laptop.
Of that year?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Lamide, because I remember February. Yeah, February, from as early as February,
That's
I remember
a long time.
it stretching.
That's
But
too
you know
much.
what it was? The workload was a lot, and I did want to change jobs, but I was in the process of buying a house.
So you have that pressure.
So I was like, I can't change my job now. Like in my mind anyways, if I change my job, I'm going to have to do the whole mortgage application again. Like, let me just tough it out. And then it became too much.
That's a lot.
So from about February that year to like, let's say November, December.
Time.
Yeah. And I was just, and that was a horrible time.
That must have been a horrible year.
Like, it was a horrible time. So as soon as they said, okay, you need to rest. So they said, okay, 2 weeks, we're going to sign you off.
Okay.
I said, okay, no problem. Let me try and rest with this time. I think, did I rest? Yeah, I was. I
hope you did.
No, I did. So what I even did is, so I was like, because my husband, obviously, we're at the end of our house buying process.
Yeah.
So he has to work. We need furniture. So I went to my parents, and that was probably the best thing I could have done.
Yeah.
Like, you don't realize how much of a little child you are until you're back home with your parents. So it's like every day my dad was just like trying to speak life into me.
I love that.
Because I promise you, I went down.
But he was scared.
He was. I think like it started off as burnout, and then it turned into like one kind depression.
Okay.
If I feel like it definitely went into a bad, like, a bout of depression for sure, because there was no joy. Like, I just felt like, why? I'll be honest with you, I felt like, why am I here?
Oh no.
Yeah, it got bad. So then every day my dad would talk life into me, and he'll come in. Sorry, it's not funny, but he'll come in and just tell me one like Ghanaian proverb, and then so he'd be like, yeah, tell me the proverb, then just turn away.
Like, mic drop.
Mic drop.
Like, there we go.
And I'm like, okay, daddy. And like, but he was just always caring. Like, he'll come in, he'll say a quick prayer, then he'll go away.
Yeah.
My mum was really good as well. She was just taking like my daughter out of my hair.
Okay,
So she's like, oh, I'm going to Tesco. Let me grab my grandchild.
Yeah.
And then they'll just go, just so I could just be. So my mum was doing that. And my mum in that moment as well was really good. Like, my mum allowed me to be a little girl.
Yeah.
And my mum is one of those women that she's raised me and my sister to be independent. We're very go-getter, just independent. You don't need you can do it. In that moment, my mum just allowed me to be a little girl. I remember, like, she's like, let's go to breakfast. And normally we have like our little Wetherspoon breakfast.
I love that.
Me, my mum, my sister, we tend to do like Wetherspoon's breakfast, even though they've started snaking me and they go to their own private one. But that's for another story. That's another day. So I remember in Wetherspoons, my mum just let me be a little girl. She didn't tell me, toughen up, you can do it. She just let me be. Lamide, I'm crying in Wetherspoons. I can't control it. Mum's just like, it's okay. You'll get over this. You'll get over this. Like, it was just one drawn out depression. And I was just like, what is going on? Lamide, I'll be very honest with you, very transparent. It got so bad. I was just like, this is it. So I remember calling a 24-hour suicide hotline.
Oh my God.
For assistance.
Yeah.
Lamide, no one picked up.
No one picked up.
Lamide, I said, wow. So now, eventually, by the grace of God, I got over it. That was great.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. And I remember saying to myself that I never want anybody to ever feel like this, because the way I felt, it was horrible. It was just, there was no joy. The only thing that could bring me like small joy was my daughter.
Okay.
So whenever she was around, it was like I had to switch off the depression.
Yeah.
And just be mummy.
Went to mummy mode.
Because she don't understand mummy's down at the moment. Kids never do anyway.
They never do. They don't. They don't read the room.
They don't.
They don't know how to.
Kids are terrible.
Literally.
So you just have to get on with it. So I don't want, because of what I'm going through, to affect her.
Of course.
And I'm very thankful that I had my family in that time.
So
very,
important.
very thankful.
So important.
So, as I said, I didn't want anyone to feel like that again. So I remember volunteering for this suicide hotline.
The same one that didn't pick up.
The same one that didn't pick up.
Hey, you're very kind though.
Because I didn't want anyone to have to go through that.
Okay.
So I remember wanting to volunteer, and during the recruitment process, they were just talking to me like, this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to do. And I said, you know what, now's my opportunity. So I remember saying to her that the reason, because they ask you as well, why do you want to do this? I said, the reason why I want to do this is because, I recently felt really low.
Yeah.
And I called your number and no one picked up. She was like, oh my God.
Really?
And no, resources. And
girl, please.
Like, madam, I don't want to hear it. You said 24/7.
Literally,
I'm
don't say
expecting
that.
24/7.
Exactly.
But she was very apologetic. But I wasn't looking for an apology.
No.
And I was just like, it was just, I felt a bit annoyed when no one picked up, because I was like, okay, this is supposed to
really
be
tough,
there. Yeah. And imagine, so I feel like at least I had my family. Imagine those that don't have anybody.
People have no support systems out here. People think they do, but people actually haven't got nobody. It's so sad.
That made me very sad. And I was just thinking, this is horrible. Yes. So I definitely, like, anyone that knows me, I always tell them this: be resting, make sure you're resting, don't overexert yourself. Yeah. I take that so serious.
You actually do.
Nothing even, I didn't even explain this part. The worst part of it, like, so since then, I've always said, never kill yourself for something that can replace you the next day. Okay. So after that whole burnout situation, I've now gone back to work. As I've gone back to work, I'm still feeling the same way. So I said, you know what? It's time to, I need to resign. No problem. I promise you this. I went to resign, let's say a Friday at 12, midday. Okay. Gave my resignation. But the director called me straight away, and I was like, oh God, I'm really shaking my boots. What's going on, Fiona? And I was like, I feel like there's been a lot on my plate. I need rest. Like, there's a lot going on this year. I need rest. I need to take a step back. And he was just like, okay, no problem. Then he's like, are you joining us for Monday's team meeting? Because we had a team meeting already in the diary. No problem. Lamide, this meeting was maybe 10 a.m. on a Monday. Mm-hmm. One of the updates in the meeting was, as some of you may know, Fiona has handed in her resignation. We have already started looking at how we will draft her job description.
Wow.
So this is Monday
Friday
morning.
12 and Monday morning.
So I said, in those few hours of the Friday that you had left,
and the 1 hour of
and
the
Monday. 1 hour of the Monday, you people are drafting. You've already drafted the job description. I said, from that day onwards, I will never overexert myself for anything that can replace me the next day.
Exactly. It's not worth it. And thankfully you were okay and you're fine and you had your support system. Yeah. But let's say, God forbid, some people just don't.
Burnout is not.
You know what I mean? It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's one of the toughest things to recognize within yourself, because people don't want to say it. I'm just tired. I'm just stressed. No, you're burnt out. Yeah. Take a step back and actually rest. Not this active rest. Rest. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, like, how did you actually get out of it? Like, what? How long did it take? I want to say, because if you were doing that for a whole year to get burnt out, when did you start feeling normal? Like, oh, I'm back to being myself. I'm back to being Fiona.
That took a while, I'll be honest. I think it took about a month, or just over a month.
Of you just doing nothing?
No, like I was being active. Yeah. I was before that, I actually wasn't using my therapist at that time. We had taken a long break. A long break, yeah. And once that happened, I'll be honest, I went on to BetterHelp. Okay. I like the way they offered therapy, because if I had a random thought in my head or how I was feeling, or I feel useless, I feel like this, I could just write it all down. Like they had like online journals. It was real cool. Then the therapist that was appointed to me, she would read it and reply, and then, okay, we'll discuss this at our next session.
I like that a lot.
It was really
I didn't know
good.
they offered that at all.
Yeah, so they have an online journal
that,
feature. I love that, and I think for me it was nice because it was like I got to speak without someone interrupting me or someone taking offense to what I'm saying. Because bear in mind, these are things that are in my head.
Exactly.
So this is how I'm feeling about the situation.
No, for sure.
I don't want someone to try and tell me or try and correct me, or this is how I'm feeling.
I like that.
And it was nice that I can write it all down,
and
she could just read it, dissect it, and be like, okay, Fiona, I feel like here you're catastrophizing, here you're over exerting yourself, here you're people pleasing, here you're doing too much.
I like that a lot.
It was a real good tool.
That.
Yeah. And then so I was using that I think I used that for a month, and then I just started feeling better in myself.
Yeah.
And again, my therapist was giving me a lot of tools and things like that. And then once I started feeling a bit better, I was like, you know what, let me kind of not cut ties, but let me just stop with BetterHelp. So I was like, all right, cool, I feel okay. But then again, months later, like almost a whole year later, I was like, yeah, I need a therapist again.
Yeah.
Like that feeling was like,
creeping back up.
Yeah, but nothing to do with work at this point. Just life.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I need that same woman.
Okay.
So I had to like hunt her down, like, where is she? Yeah. And that's my therapist today.
Oh, I love that. And she's seen you through a lot.
So she saw me like broken,
yeah,
and then she's like seen me like get to where I am now.
I love that.
The other day she was actually saying that, no, like, I'm proud of you, like where you are today. And I'm like,
that is everything to hear.
That
especially because they're external. They don't know. They don't really know us like I know you. They just see what they get, which I love.
Yeah.
But now I love that for you.
So yeah, that was the burnout story, and I told this to anyone that will listen. Once I hear someone say, "Oh, I'm a little bit sleepy," I'm there like, "Hey, sleep."
Literally.
What are you doing? Rest.
That is literally.
Put that down.
That is literally.
Like, I'm that person.
That is literally.
If I go to someone's house and they're like, yeah, I just got so much. Go sit down. I'm in their house washing plate. Okay, what does your kids need? I'm that person because I never want someone to go through that.
No, and you've literally felt it and you've been in it. So no, I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
It's horrible, and it changed so many things about me
in a good way.
In an amazing way.
Okay, good.
Like I used to be very, oh my God, I wonder what people are gonna say. I really don't care no more.
No, I like that about you don't care.
So long as I know that I'm not intentionally offending anybody and I'm showing the utmost respect, I don't care. Say what you want about me. Exactly. If I do good, you'll talk. If I do bad, you'll talk.
Exactly.
So I might as well just do.
Exactly.
So it's changed so many things. Like I do not care what people think about me nowadays. I don't care to people please. I've learned how to say no.
I was going to say, how do you learn not to people please? Because I think I'm working on that.
You need to.
I'm like, yeah, you want it, I got it, yeah. Even though it's killing me, I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
I've spoken to you about this before. Sometimes I see you and I'm just
people pleaser. It's so bad.
You are.
I had to like cut something off the other day and I was like shaking in my boots, writing the message like I don't want to. I was shaking in my boots and I was like, why am I shaking in my boots?
No, I don't care. Because the way I see it is, you can't beat me.
No, you can't. Oh, no, you can't.
You literally can't beat me. If I tell you no, what's the worst, Fiona? What is the worst that will happen?
Nothing, to be honest.
Nothing. So I can say no. Now someone be like, "Oh, Fiona, can you?" No.
I wish
Fiona, give me no.
I wish I could do that.
Ask me a question.
Fiona, can you help me?
No,
bruh.
See, I can say no. I can say no. Quickly.
But how did you get to that point, though? How did you get there?
My breakdown.
You're like, I've got to do what's best for me.
When I said my body was on the floor, I cannot move.
It's true.
My child.
Your child was like, "Mummy."
She wasn't. She didn't know what was going on.
There you go.
And I thank God she was young enough to not really understand what she just thought I was playing. So, no. And I say this confidently.
Yeah.
My one thing in this world that I will not play with is my motherhood. I will not play with that. anything that will take me away from motherhood, I promise you I'm not interested.
Okay.
That little child, she's everything to me.
Yeah.
I always say this. I say this to my family all the time. Nobody should forget themselves and think that they're more important than her.
Don't get it confused.
No one
Don't get it
should forget
twisted.
themselves. No one should get besides themselves and think that they're more important than my child. So anything that I need to do for Fiona to make sure that I am the best mum to this little girl, that's it.
You.
Honestly.
Okay.
Call me selfish. Okay. Call me what? Like when I say the words are like this.
It doesn't do anything to you now. Wow.
Before, if I felt like I was disappointing someone, Lamide, I'll be shaking.
That's how I'd be feeling.
I'll be shaking like, oh my God, no. I've told this person no. Oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm a bad person. Oh my God. Oh.
Bruh.
I don't care. And I wish I had applied that to like that role that I was in.
Yeah.
I really wish I had applied it there because I would have been able to say no.
Exactly.
This workload is crazy. No.
That's literally it. Just say no.
Yeah.
Put your boundaries in place.
That's it.
That's actually it. And that will prevent you from actually getting to burnout.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask, so apart from that, what advice would you give yourself back then, if you, now knowing who you are now, to not get to the burnout?
Definitely set boundaries.
Set boundaries.
Don't people please. Because even if you people please, some people will always find something wrong with you.
For sure.
Don't people please. If you can do it, great. If you can't, explain it. And I think that's my thing as well. I never wanted to appear weak.
Yes,
I never wanted to appear like I can't do something or I'm useless. So even when someone will say, oh, Fiona, can you? Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably have not done that thing before.
There we go.
And I'm just like, whew, okay, now I've got to figure out how to do
That's
this thing.
literally me. I'll be like, God,
Yeah, now like Google, YouTube tutorials.
Can we do this together now? And I'll never ask you again. That is literally how I be moving.
Yeah, and Lamide, don't. Honestly, please don't. Because sometimes I can't lie. I watch the way you move and I'm thinking, oh, this is me, 2022.
Out.
Like, don't get to that point of burnout because Lamide is not fun.
No, it's not.
It's not fun.
It's not. I hear you. And I know that because I don't think I've got to burnout, but I've got to points where I'm like, I'm actually tired. Like I'm physically, my body hasn't got the energy. It normally has to just get up. I don't want to move. I just want to sleep. And even if I can't sleep, I just want to be still. And I'm like, this isn't the best way to do so. I know. I totally agree with you. Like just put boundaries in place. I think setting expectations is important as well.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I can do this. Or I don't want to do this.
Yeah. I think that's why I always had a problem. Like, for example, let's say you were to come in late or something. For me to even walk in a room if I'm late and just be like, apologies, my body's shaking. I'm so shy to do that.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely shy to do that because I'm like, oh my gosh, already you're late. Already you're like making a kerfuffle. And I've always been extremely shy. People don't believe me when I say I'm
I don't
shy.
think you're shy.
Why? I don't understand what people's problem is.
They've been shy.
I'm
me anyway. I don't think you're shy.
No, I'm really like
crazy.
things that I shouldn't
Be
should
shy
be normal
about. Yeah.
to people. To me, I'm extremely shy. So again, I've had to get over that shyness. Like that, I'm actively working on it.
To me, you're never shy.
But
you're confident. You own it. I'm
everyone
like, okay.
says this about me.
just
Don't get
own
me
it.
wrong. Now I'm getting to that point of like, listen, you can't tell me.
Now, when I first met you, I was like, okay, this chick, you just like sitting pretty. I was like, all right, you get it. Because I was looking crazy. I was like, all right.
No, you weren't.
But I feel like I was looking crazy.
No.
You were just like, yeah, I'm here. And I was like, okay.
No, I've never seen you look crazy.
Well, to my head, I looked crazy, child.
No.
But I was like, okay, you just look like you were well settled. I was like, okay.
No, I would say I used to be really shy. Don't get me wrong, there's still shy moments.
Yeah, of course.
But then it's like, Fiona, that shy is not going to do anything
No,
for you.
it's not. It actually
it's going to
prevents
hold you back.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So
But
please,
no.
Lamide, take care of yourself.
I've learned so many things from you actually that I didn't know. So thank you, and I'm gonna keep that in my head. But no, anyway, you're here, so I'll just send you voice notes and you keep me in place.
Oh, honestly. And I've already started doing
You
that.
sent me. I sent like so many the other week.
Yeah. That's what you tried to send me one voice note. I was like, all right, let me indulge her a little bit. Let me maybe not come off my phone with this nonsense. Do you know who you are? Come off my phone.
Oh,
Like,
it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
lot. But yeah, no, I love you so much. But no,
honestly.
we are
babe.
getting towards the end of the year, so you might get a few more voice notes. Of
That's
me
fine. That's fine.
screaming.
And that's the thing as well. I'm always that person now that if I haven't heard from someone in a while, I'm messaging, hey,
Yeah.
you're right, you're in my thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? You okay? So people probably think Fiona's weird, but they don't really
Don't
understand
why.
Because I'm just like, I when I say I don't, if I had enemies, I don't have enemies, or I don't believe I do.
I don't think you do.
I wouldn't even want my worst enemy to go through
Feel that way.
what
It was that bad.
it
yeah.
was horrible. Lamide, it was horrible. You have no appetite, which was quite good because I lost some weight.
You know what I'm saying?
I was looking slender for that December, but it's not fun.
No, it's not fun.
It's absolutely not.
No. Do you think a support system is key?
Yeah.
Yeah, like friends,
Yeah.
family. Yeah, because your family seem like they play a massive part in moving you through that, I feel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you see, again, it depends on if you feel comfortable to tell your your support
You need
system.
a safe space.
You
to
need
feel
a safe
comfortable.
space because none of my girls knew until after.
Really?
Not one of my girls knew until after. And I remember when I told one of them, like, she was like, Fiona, why didn't you say something? I was like, what am I going to say? Like, what am I going to say? I didn't, I don't think it wasn't even embarrassment or shame. It was just, I don't want to burden you.
I know,
with
but we
this.
can't be thinking that we're meant to burden our friends and family.
My family, oh yeah, I'll burden you all day.
But our friends
my
too.
friends, I was thinking you probably have a lot going on.
And
you know,
you would think that, but that's not always the case.
no. So my friends, I didn't tell any of my girls or anything like that. But my family, yeah,
Fair.
yeah. But I always say I'll be very honest. I'm very blessed with the parents I have.
I was going to say, your parents are
Very,
seem so
very.
lovely.
I know I'm blessed with my parents. Like, not only are they my parents first,
Yeah.
first and foremost, they're my parents.
Of course, the African.
And they're African parents.
Come on.
So understand that comes with a lot.
Trust.
But they're also my friends, my best friends, if anything. So if any small thing comes in my life out of whack, Daddy,
There we go.
Mommy, like, I'm that person.
I love that.
But and the thing is, my parents have done this really good thing where they've allowed us to be able to communicate with them. I realize some people don't have that.
They don't.
When I hear people say, yeah, I can't tell my mum that. Why?
It's so funny. I'm the opposite. So my mum would have been the last person to find out.
Really?
Yes. Maybe now it's different because our relationship has changed. We've got a lot closer.
Yeah.
But a couple of years ago, she would have found out after the fact. Whereas my girls would have been the first ones. I think, like I said, I love my friends. My friends are literally, they hold me down. To my friend this morning, I said, listen, because of you, I feel like my brain is this big because of the way you talk to me. I feel like I can conquer the world.
Yeah.
But I have such amazing friends that anything I want to do, go do it. You can do it. You can smash it. Like, so they were my support system, if that makes sense. Like, if anything hits the fan, face call, we're on the freeway, we're getting some. Do you know what I mean? I'm being poured into. I love them so much. So it just depends. So it's not my family, unfortunately, but I've got friends, and I'm always like, you know what? I've got something, and for that, I'm grateful to God because some people haven't got.
Some people don't have anything, Lamide.
They ain't got, and it makes me sad. Makes me sad.
That makes me real sad because But Lamide, you should utilize your mom.
Yeah, I think as I'm getting older,
I know utilize is the wrong word, but
I know what you mean. As
definitely
we're getting
feel that,
older,
you know.
as I'm getting older, we're getting a lot closer. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Getting a little closer. Where I'm like, Mom, this is what's going on. She might have her own ways about it because she's an African Nigerian mother. Think of the very most Nigerian Yoruba mother in the land.
Yeah. Oh.
That's who my mother is. Love her to bits. Hard worker.
Yeah.
Wants me to be successful. It's just, with time. I think with time we've gotten a lot better.
I think
A lot better.
no, you should. I always say we should have that grace for our parents as well because you have to understand that our parents are only doing the best that they know how to do.
Yeah, I think I've had to learn that over time.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't have the tools that I necessarily have, but she still worked the hardest she has with the tools she's got.
Yeah.
And I'm always grateful. So that's why I've given grace, and we're getting there. It's a journey.
Yeah.
And we're in it together. So yeah.
One day, just sit down with your mum and just ask her things about life. And
Yeah.
you'll be so surprised. Me and my sister did that, like, I think, was it this year or last year?
Mm-hmm.
We just asked random questions to my mum. And when she think questions that we've never, we've never asked before. And she actually gave us the honest answers and stuff like that. And we were like,
It makes sense.
so this
right?
is why you're so
Exactly.
overprotective about this, or this is why you don't want us to do this,
Exactly.
or because she's had those experiences, so she doesn't want us to go through those. So in speaking to people, not just your parents as well, but speaking to people, you will figure out that sometimes it's not just we're trying to stop you from doing they're trying to protect you.
Exactly.
And they're trying to ensure that what they had to go through, that you're not going through that.
No, I agree with you. My therapist said the same when we had a session a couple months ago. And he was right. And I have asked her things. And it's like, you're right. It makes sense. It makes sense why she's this way or she's that way. I'm like, okay. Now I understand you more. Now we can break that barrier of communication. And we're getting there. So, yeah. But no, love her to bits. So it's been good. I can't complain.
For burnout, definitely boundary setting. Definitely planning and organising. Don't overwhelm yourself. Definitely look out to support groups if possible. Don't sit down in isolation. I think that's the worst thing you can do, because your mind is going to wander. Even in the time when I had that downtime and they're like, yeah, go home and rest. And like my mum would like take my daughter out and like everyone was at work and stuff like that. And I was just in the house by myself. When I say every regret I've made in life would come into my, like, every mistake, everything that I don't believe in regrets, to be honest, but everything that could potentially be a regret was just in my mind. Like, all right, oh, Fiona, had you not done this, you could have done. Okay, Fiona, had you not. So sometimes being in isolation is probably the worst thing.
I agree. I don't think we're meant to be alone. I know some people like, I'm a loner. I generally don't think we're meant to be alone for long periods of time. I think we're meant to be with people, in relationships, not just romantically, but, you know, friendships and co-workers and cousins and extended family. I think we're meant to be surrounded and have a community. So I definitely agree with you. Yeah. Isolation isn't always the best thing. But no, I believe in the support system. And I'm grateful you have your parents and your girls. And I genuinely wish that for everybody. I wish everybody had somewhere, or at least two people that can be like, if I'm down and out, I'm calling you, because it changes your life. It changes how your path goes. People don't want to say it, but it actually does. Like when I spend time with my friends, I'm happy. I'm filled up. Do you know what I mean? I'm poured into, and that will last me, a couple of weeks. So
no, that's it.
You know what I mean? Like I love it.
That's all it takes. Like again, during that time, my mum is normally, she's not that she's hard on us, but she just doesn't want us to be those women that need to depend on anybody. So my mum has raised us very like, in those moments, my mum was, when I say gassing me up, Fiona, do you know who you are?
There we go.
Do you know what you can do? You've got a master. Like, my mum was gassing. And I was like, like, at the moment, I'm still like,
yeah.
But my mum was gassing me up, and I was like,
I am.
Yeah, like I know who I am. Like, my mum was gassing me. So it felt nice to know that I had that support. Like my brother as well, my oldest brother, he was very much like, listen, this thing happens to everyone. There's a guy at my workplace. It just happened to him. Yeah, he's been signed off for like months. We haven't seen him in months. I'm like, older brothers are just so like, yeah. But like my family made me feel good.
That's good. Like, that's good. And I honestly wish that of everybody. If not family, then your friends. If not your friends, and there's support groups. There's actually groups like I believe in the power of friendship. So I hope that everyone can source that some way or the other. Yeah. Because everyone needs a support system, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
If you or anyone you know is suffering from burnout, please utilise the resources that are available to you. If you're at work, normally this is the occupational health department. And outside of work, there are a plethora of different resources that you can use. If you are in doubt, contact your GP. And just remember, do not do this alone. You never know how many people are in the same boat as you. Speak about it. Create awareness about it. Do not be alone.
If you're feeling burnt out, please look out online for online resources. There's lots of support groups. Just take a look, go to a GP, speak to your local pharmacy. Just make sure you're not alone. I think that's the key message of this podcast.
Yeah.
Find someone that can be a support system to you and utilize them. And don't feel like you can't share. Please share so someone knows how you're feeling. And you never know, one conversation might just make the biggest difference for you.
That's it.
So yeah, we'll share some resources in the tab below on Spotify, YouTube, and yeah. But yes, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
This has been the Health Room.